Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kaiserreich. We are playing as the Filipinos. We are in a strange alliance with the Workers' Commonwealth of America. Though we are liberals and they are radical socialists, we're both at war with the Japanese. And so, we're fighting alongside each other. The Japanese have basically, with the entry of the Americans into the war, ceased to threaten us. But our attempts at invading their territory and taking it have met with basically no success. Ideally, okay, I'll take free convoys from the Venezuelans. Ideally, the Americans will open up some sort of second front somewhere. But as of now, all we can do is try to hold on to KYUSHU, prevent the Japanese from breaking in. So far, that seems to be working pretty well. Go urban defense. Yeah, we have good piercing. They're getting penalized because of their naval attack. Yeah, controlling these straits is a lot easier than holding a bridgehead. So I'm not incredibly confident in their ability to break past us. I just hope that the Americans can concentrate their forces in such a way that, like, you know. Wow, we are sinking, like, a lot of their convoys, aren't we? 1 second. I'm still sneezing. Either way, I think this situation is stable. Watch me be wrong, but, like, meanwhile, it is a happy time for our sub-captains. They're mostly sinking all their stuff. But we're really just waiting around for the Americans to be like, alright, go back, and then go forward. And it's going to take them years to do that. But, you know. So we can't do anything to, like, we actually can improve things. Can we? No, we can't. Tragical, but it is what it is. Yeah. The reason I am supporting the Russians and the Americans, even though they're ideological opposites, is mostly because they're opposing groups that I feel might be threatening my interests. The Japanese, for obvious reasons. But right now, the Entente, or sorry, the Internationale, kind of has a dagger plunged at my back, ready to strike. And I don't like that. I don't like being totally and utterly surrounded by the forces of the Internationale. Who, again, completely surround me. It's not good. If they get beaten or weakened, then that'll be good for me. Alright, things seem to be working out in our favor. I don't think we need this anymore. I may yet need that. Don't need that ground crew support. I'm gonna increase our speed a little bit. So far, the Japanese seem fairly incapable of breaking through. Whether that continues to be true is a big old question mark. I like whoever is saying, yeah, you can take that. Inferior enemy. No, they're not. Obviously not. Man, that's rough. Though our war participation is increasing now that we're, like, actually showed up. Yeah, that's good. I may yet use that decryption. That's so funny. Cancel their material support. Listen, I will take convoys. I need convoys. Bobo needs convoys badly. They're in production, by the way. Yeah, we're working on it. We have that improved radar station. That radar is real nice. Really kind of covers us against a lot of problems. Now we're just increasing our productivity. Yeah. Got us sinking their Japanese convoys at will. I don't know who Will is, but we're sinking them at it. Or at him. Oh boy. Weirdly, I think the Japanese might be in a better position now than they were when they kept throwing their guys away naval invading me. Listen, if I can get KYUSHU, that would be kind of hilarious, wouldn't it? Listen, I certainly bled for it. You're launching an attack. That's foolish, but I'll assist with it. I don't like this. Who's the most YouTube? You two come here. You come there. Yeah, man, I'll take convoys, whatever. Ugh. Absolutely a harrowing experience, by the way. Just like very freaky, because I'm like, I don't want them to be able to break through, because that would be disastrously bad for this whole unit. Which, if we run out of KYUSHU, then we are just completely screwed. Like, then we have to run into the sea. Let's keep improving our Marines, giving them better org. Oh, and there we go. There's our second front that we were really, really hoping the Americans would manage to open up. Question is, do we want to dedicate forces to defending that second front? The answer is almost certainly, yeah. Yeah, we do. Mountaineers can go here. You can go here. You can go here.
Ready to move.
Go there.
Listen up.
You can go here.
Hands.
You can go here. You can go here. This position here was never particularly good.
Ready to move. Commands.
You can go here.
Orders.
You can go there.
Commands. Listen up. Orders. All in.
All right.
Ready to move.
19 divisions, huh? This better work. Maybe we just reinforce here. I think that might be in our best interest to do. Alright, we have like negative. Yeah. Because I'm not confident the Americans are going to be able to hold this here. Because they really well supported it. I might be able to hold Hakodate. But besides that, not really. Whereas if we land forces here in KYUSHU, the Americans might be able to hold Hokkaido if they don't screw it up, which I think there's a good chance they will just screw it up by virtue of being AI. Now, it looks like they are going to have a permanent presence, probably a permanent presence in Hokkaido. Which leaves the Japanese with just the main island. And Shikoku. Assuming that the American, yeah, okay, the Americans did screw up their defense completely and utterly bungled it. 0 skill, 100% L's all the time. But that doesn't fundamentally change the relationship of I want to be able to have even more forces at my disposal on the island of Japan. Yeah. So that particular naval invasion did not go well, but the Americans have concentrated a significant amount of force on Kyushu.
Advance.
We got large cannons, not that I think it matters that much. Reconnaissance, sure. I don't know if they'll use that, but sure. Okay. Convoys are good, yeah. Again, I don't think the Americans even lost any guys there. They just didn't hold their defensive line, so nothing happened. We're gonna do that real quick. Memorial from the Americans. It's expensive, but sure. One moment. Excuse me, I had to cough. Okay. What I might do is, instead of that, do that. There we go. Look at us go. We got a nice spread. The Americans are attacking. I'll support that. Not that I think it's going to go anywhere, but sure. And yellow is not bad. No, that didn't work. Just send in the Marines. Jandy and the Marines. That's not going to go anywhere, is it? No, it's not. But if the Americans are fighting, I also won't. But if they are not, I won't. America, you need to land forces and then defend your bridgehead, a thing I'm not sure if they are capable of doing. What? Close air support, TAC bombers, max speed, air defense. Probably air defense? Yeah, let's do air defense. Whatever. I don't think it matters all that much. No, this is just going to become a total stalemate, isn't it? Can I land my forces in Yokohama? Yokohama. Read it and then spell it. I'm wondering. Yeah, I don't need forces to be here. I don't need them to be here, so you guys can go here. And then you can go there. Because now we got these guys kind of like spread out. I don't need to nearly be as precious about that. No, that didn't work. Huh, that's interesting that that's feasible at all. That is a bold strategy. I'm not sure I want to execute on that plan, but, you know, maybe. As we get more naval production, in the short term, I want to put that into convoys, which we need a lot of. In the long term, I want to build some cruisers. Boy, the Americans are building up a lot of forces. Boy, they're not doing anything, are they? I'm canceling that, by the way, for obvious reasons. And indeed, what I'm going to do is do that and do this. Specifically, well, we'll see. I'm going to wait for the Americans to hopefully launch another naval invasion somewhere to pull away Japanese forces so I can launch my strike in Yokohama. Thank you. And then see if I can seize Tokyo and hold it. I have no idea if that plan is going to work, or even if it is feasible at all. Ideally, it will pull Japanese forces away from their actual defenses. But, you know, who knows? Who knows how that's going to go.
Ready, sir. Ready, sir.
Yeah, it's sort of obviously useless. They're just throwing away guys for no reason. Ideally, the Americans are able to launch some sort of other attack, but, like, who knows, man? Anyways, how are things going over in the West? Bad. They're going bad for the Reds. Good for me. If I am picking a side here, I think it probably is the Russians. If only because I think that the Russians can't really close out against the Reds the way that the Reds might be able to close out against the Russians. I'm going to recall my attaché. I'm going to recall it. I think that I want to keep the balance of power more than I want to really support one side over the other. And right now the Russians are winning, and I don't want them to be winning. I want no one to be winning. So, besides, I kind of need that resources for, like, the war I'm fighting, you know. I've been working on the war, all the livelong war. I've been working on the war, all of the livelong war. Fighting a war. Fighting a big war. We're gonna fight a big war. We're gonna fight a big war. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that cool plus 2% bonus. That definitely matters and isn't insignificant at all. And now we have no intel on the Western Front. Sad face. And we briefly became involved in that for reasons that boggle the imagination. The Americans probably do not need our assistance here. But, you know, TBD. Alright, we have an extra. We're producing convoys at a reasonable speed. Nope, I was really hoping there was an invasion, but no, disappointed yet again. Either way, I am going to see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.